Hi Sagittarius, it's Sloan Rhodes here with your life purpose, career, and money reading for April 2020, or whenever you happen to be watching or listening to this reading. It's always the right time whenever you come across it, or anything in life. So Sagittarius, today I'm getting one card from the Esther and Jerry Hicks Money and the Law of Attraction, one card from the Life Purpose Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue, 3 cards from the Archangel Power Tarot, and 1 card from the Money Tarot by Eugene Vinitsky, and another card from the Tarot of the New Visions as we take a peek at what's going on behind the scenes. Sagittarius, beautiful fire sign, sun, moon, and rising. And if you don't know, I also have all of my readings available on the audio podcast. There are links below so you can listen to it as well as watch it here. If you haven't checked out your monthly spiritual guidance recording, it is up and available. Okay, Sagittarius. What's going on for Sag? Beautiful Sagittarius. I wonder how you guys are doing with the quarantine. I know you like to move a lot and be active. I hope that you're able to channel your energy in ways that feel good to you. Appreciation and love are identical vibrations. Number 53. And I can transform my own world. See, you are the globetrotter, Sagittarius. You do like to travel. You do like to be active. And, you know, if you followed me for a while, you know that I always talk about the micro and the macro mirroring one another. And you are a globe-trotting sign, right? I can transform my own world, right? Well, if you consider that your world is a microcosm of the larger macrocosm, then by transforming your connection to self, and by doing that, you begin to transform your own world, you automatically begin to transform the larger world. You know, drops, like when you drop a pebble, you know, and the ripples in the pond, right? And then appreciation and love are identical vibrations. Now, I always talk about love, appreciation, openness, all being identical, right? They're all, whenever you are, or even in curiosity, when you are curious, when you are appreciative, it's just another word for love. When you are open, it's another word for love. Because it's, words only identify one, you know, point us in a direction, let's say. But the energy is the same. Open, available, right? So it's so important for you during this time frame to recognize that the more that you are appreciating what you have available to you now, concentrating on the things that you enjoy, that you appreciate, that you value, those are other words for love. A lot of people shy away from the word love, or they don't like it. It's like, ugh, love, you know. For whatever reason, can be very triggering. But if you focus on curiosity, appreciation, openness, fascination, all identical vibrations of being open, loving, right? So be fascinated in your own experience of your own self during this particular time frame. I can transform my own world. You're working on wholeness here. Number 55, great change available to you. And 55 equaling 10, the wholeness, the bigness, the culmination here. And here we have 53, number 8. Appreciation and love are identical vibrations, focusing in on what is occurring now, the details of now. If you are fascinated when you pour your cup of coffee at the way the liquid goes into the cup, the way the steam comes up, the way the smell wafts over to you, if you're fascinated and curious about all of that process, that is paying attention to the details. Then you are in the heart-centered energy of appreciation, curiosity, fascination, love. And that only expands throughout your day, right? So the more that you can do that in anything that you're doing, bringing a sense of attention to it, loving attention, it will create a transformation within your own world. Really, really cool how that came through there for you. Okay, so let's get a life purpose card for you, Sag. The more time you spend coming back to the moment and appreciating and valuing and forget the word value, appreciating and being fascinated and being curious about what's occurring now, even if it's not your preference, how interesting. I'm really not enjoying this quarantine. I'm really fascinated by the anger or the frustration that's rising within me. All right, that's being open. That's being loving to self, as opposed to nothing ever works out for me, I'm so screwed, right? You know how the mind does that, right? That's not helpful to your expansion in terms of what feels good to you. It keeps you at stasis, right? And you're wanting to expand beyond. I can transform my own world. When you're talking about your own world, it's very holistic, very connected. Sagittarius. Strength and sensitivity. You're becoming more sensitive and need to make changes accordingly. Under the deck. Right, it goes back to this. I can transform my own world. Right, we see all the stars. We see all the lights and kind of like stars there. Something kind of mystical here occurring. Now you may experience it as being emotional, even if those emotions are anger, or they may even be tears, but that sensitivity is an attunement to the greater energies. So rather than be like, oh, I'm so emotional right now, you can say, yes, I'm really emotional. As I attune more to the energies that are arising upon the planet Earth, the desire for change, the desire for a more fair and just society, the desire for more peace, more health for all beings, whatever it is for you. You're more sensitive to that if you tune in. There's always free will, of course. Then we have strength. Everything you've experienced in your life has made you strong and courageous. Yes, indeed. That strength is a gift. All those things that caused you pain and suffering up to this point and in the future do help to make you strong and courageous. But there's a shift here because you're more sensitive. So it's not really about battling through and putting on a shield of armor and then being untouchable, right? Impervious. It's about being sensitive, compassionate, appreciative. You can still be strong through your knowing of self. Courageous through your connection to the universal oneness. Not closed off, strong because of your connection, your sensitivity to the energies upon the planet, your sensitivity to humankind, to Mother Gaia. There's a moral certitude, I would say, there that helps you be strong. So the strength isn't about overcoming other people or constantly overpowering or overcoming obstacles from a place of force. It's about recognition, where your strengths are, appreciating your strengths, and utilizing those to forward your experience. So it's kind of a general reading in terms of career. This is more about your sense of purpose in the world, I would say, for you, Sag. Now, for some of you, strength may indeed reference getting strong, right? Working your muscles. Exercising. The strength of your physicality is also indicated with that. Let's get the tarot cards. But even here we have, as I said, you're kind of the globe trotting sign. We have this like Pegasus type creature, globe trotting through that place of strength. And the strength comes from your ability to see. Even if you're not physically or have not physically been in other countries or other places, there's a knowingness within you of what it would be like. And through your travel, whether it be in the dream state, in the psychic state, through the ethers, or just on the planet Earth, that traveling helps you create compassion and understanding. And there's great strength in that. This is for Sagittarius. What's going on for Sagittarius career? Sense of purpose in the world. All right, we have the Chariot, the upright. Now, who did I just do? I just did Cancer. They had this in the same position, but in the reverse. We have the Eight of Ariel, Eight of Pentacles. That goes back to that, what I said already about paying attention to the details with this card. The appreciation and love are identical vibrations, but it is in the reverse. And then we have the Ace of Michael in the reverse. And we have the Six of Ariel under the deck here. Beautiful card to have under the deck. Definitely under the deck, this feeling of reciprocity, wanting things to be more balanced around work, love, giving to others, allowing yourself to receive from them, feeling that sense of stability, which is really, really nice for you. Now, in the recent past, we do have the Chariot, as I kind of read it, past, present, future, but they all kind of tell a story, so don't get too caught up in the time frames, like past, present, future. But I lay it out like this for ease of reading. So we have the Chariot here. So definitely, maybe you've been traveling, Sagittarius. We definitely can experience that with the Chariot. But either way, you've been kind of still going strong, still going forward, still wanting to make that effort. And I will say, because this was coming into me as I was getting the tarot cards, the Strength card is looking towards what we would consider the past. So it may be that level of strength that I talked about, overcoming things through your will and determination, is no longer feeling as resonant for you because you're more sensitive. So there's a recognition that I don't have to fight so hard to overcome the things I want. I don't have to exhibit such strength and flex so much, but I can settle in and be more sensitive, and then that will help guide me to the next things that I'm wanting. So anyway, we have the Chariot, and then in the central position we have that Eight of Ariel. Now, I will say that with the Eight of Ariel, you're no longer actually maybe getting the accolades you want because you're not being seen as much, and that may create a little bit of an identity crisis for you. I'm used to being the person who goes out and does things and takes care of things, maybe in a more autonomous way possibly, or maybe just more in a group setting where people acknowledge and value my skills, my skill set. And you may not be having so much recognition of that, or you may not know where to put your time and energy around that. That's okay. That's okay. Bring it back to the seeming minutia of what you're doing. The same energy can be felt there, can be experienced there, and expanded upon there without the external validation of it, through your own validation of what you're doing. It's pretty cool the way I can do these things with my hands. It's pretty cool the way that I can do this on the computer, even though it's not what I normally do, Appreciating and valuing your own skill set, recognizing it. Appreciation and love are identical vibrations. And then in the kind of future position here, we have the Ace of Michael. So there may be something that goes on where you have to kind of go back and fix something that was just getting started, and maybe the paperwork was filled out wrong, or maybe you made an error, or maybe it wasn't you who made the error, but maybe there's an error and numbers got transposed or something like that. Or maybe there's just, it could also be with the Ace of Michael that no one is actually taking the initiative and things are just kind of floundering towards the end of the month. It's going to play out differently for everybody. So, keep an eye on things, double check your work if you're submitting paperwork, especially if you're submitting paperwork for unemployment and things like that. Make sure your social security number is correct and all of that. Your email address is correct, this kind of thing. Because we can't have a correction there, or we can't have just a failure to take charge of a situation. So, and it is difficult because everyone's schedules feels like everyone's like, what day is it today? No one knows right now. Everyone's a little loopy and feeling a bit discombobulated. So maybe print out a calendar if you don't have one, or write out a calendar so that you have a sense of the days and when things are due and all of that. It may help you feel a greater sense of structure. But remember, you're really meant to attune more to the energies around you, within you, as you, for you, through you, during this time frame, as opposed to just overcoming, striving, going after things. That was working for a while, but it's no longer the primary focus for you in this month. Or you're being encouraged to change your perspective a bit. Okay, so let's go ahead and get one card around your money, Sagittarius. We have three. We have the Pegasus, and we have the two unicorns here. Focus on horses, equine, for some of you that may resonate, especially being Sagittarius. Okay, what's going on with Sagittarius? What's the guidance for Sagittarius around their money? King of Swords in reverse, and the Fool under the deck in reverse. Okay, these aren't my favorite cards in terms of feeling a sense of stability around your money. That's okay, not negative, doesn't have to be negative. But with the Fool in reverse, it could be that in the recent past, there was kind of a jaded feeling, maybe, you're feeling, again, that this feeling within me of like, oh, I'm so screwed financially, not necessarily looking at the appreciation and the love and the curiosity and the fascination from that place of like, how interesting, everything is so different than it used to be, but instead going into things are different and it sucks and it's never going to recover and I'm not, this kind of thing. That's kind of how it's feeling to me. It's, for some of you, it's just kind of coming through, completely understandable, of course, but you're being encouraged to shift here. I can transform my own world, right? Sag, you can do it. Not looking outside of yourself. You can transform your own world through your appreciation, curiosity, and fascination of self, of what's going on for you, what is trying to emerge through you here during this time period. Then we have the King of Swords in reverse. For me, that goes with that Ace of Michael, Ace of Swords. Keep an eye on the bottom line of your money, because when the King of Swords is present in the reverse around money, something is not completely being revealed, and you may have to make an error. Right? Because the King of Swords isn't necessarily, it could be an air sign involved, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, possibly, but it doesn't have to be, but who's around your money and handling your money. But with the King of Swords, they're either not telling you the whole situation, it could be an institution where they're raising their interest rates, but they didn't tell you, this kind of thing. So read the fine print, double check. There may be, again, a small error that needs to be corrected, but you can correct it, it's all good. But the King of Swords around your money, just not everything's completely, I wouldn't say on the up and up, but not everything's completely revealed, not everything is super clear, and I always like a lot of clarity around money and finances, so as best you can, ask the questions if you're not sure, don't just give over in blind faith. Sometimes the Fool too, in reverse, can be rather than the jaded energy, especially around money, it can be just kind of foolish energy, right? Taking a leap of faith, but completely without any regard for safety, right? The Fool, the Fool is naive in the upright, but when it's in the reverse, the Fool is trying to be free, trying to act as though everything's okay, trying to say, yeah, I'm cool with it, when they're really not. So you got to check in with self, check in with your money and make sure that you're making wise choices when you can. It's very challenging when money is uncertain, especially during times like this. And we can tend to overspend or panic buy, this kind of thing. It's okay. Just take your time. If you feel like you need to make an instantaneous decision, or if someone's pressuring you, I need to know right now, then you can always have the opportunity to say, you know what, if you need to know now, then the answer is no, because I'm not quite ready. I need more time to consider it. Whenever someone's pressuring you like that, I'm not seeing that so much here, because I would expect that more with like the Magician in reverse possibly, but it's coming in, so I'm just going to say it for you, Sag. If someone's really pressuring you to make a decision and it doesn't feel right to you, then you say, okay, well, if that's what you need right now, then the answer is probably going to be no, because I want to review everything and talk it over with my financial advisor, meaning your dog, your spouse, whatever, or your actual financial advisor. So anyway, I hope that you find that helpful. Let me get one more card. I'm going to close out your reading because we've gone along, Sag. Just looking at what's going on behind the scenes during this time frame for you around your career, your sense of purpose in the world. Do your best to continue to drop into curiosity, fascination, appreciation. Those are all identical vibratory essences for love, for openness. Why is that important? Because it's uplifting. It's expansive. Which is what your soul is demanding right now. I can transform my own world. If you want to see great change in the world, great change starts within. Through your curiosity about your own experiences, through your fascination. How fascinating. I'm broke. I'm seemingly broke. I wonder what will emerge from this. Through my own resourcefulness, through my own internal resources. Through the resources I have available to me now, through my friends, through my family, through my imagination, through my hard work, through my skill set, It's a fascinating time. And a very interesting reading for you, Sag. All right, so what's going on behind the scenes here for Sag? The Queen of Cups. Then we did have the Chariot, which also is Cancer, and the Cups can be Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. We also have the Four of Swords, a period of restfulness, respite, time out energy, healing, right? As I mentioned, the Strength card going towards the past, the Chariot in the recent past. This is a time to rest, reflect, recuperate, change things up. Even the Eight of Ariel, you're not getting all the group accolades and all of this for your skills. Going within a bit more, taking a little bit of a time out. There's a time out that's for a reason for you right now. To change, to make a shift, to transform your own world. And we have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, lovely, lovely energy here. Behind the scenes, someone cares deeply for you, has a lot of love for you, and is looking out for you. Again, it could be a Cancer individual, could be another water sign, Pisces or Scorpio. And she has your best interests at heart. Could be a mother type figure as well, or a maternal type figure. Definitely caring, loving. You're very loved, Sagittarius. Someone's looking out for you. Doesn't have to be on the earthly side. It could be on the spirit side as well. Okay. I hope that you find that helpful, Sag. I wish you much love as always. Remember to listen to your other readings, because this is for Sun, Moon, and Rising. And I also have some meditation recordings up and available. And in the meantime, take good care of yourself. Much love.